I recently took a little vacation, a little break from the godforsaken land I like to call the internet. And I had a pretty good time, touching grass, talking to some bears, just, normal vacation things. But then when I had a little bit of downtime, I made the horrible mistake of opening probably one of the worst apps out there right now, Twitter, or X, depending on who you are. And holy fucking shit, what the fuck is happening? Like, I was gone for maybe a week and a half, and this is what I come back to think I was like struggling to come up with video ideas before I left, and within like the next few days all this shit happens. Like, what is happening? And ladies and gentlemen, that is the exact question that I will be trying to answer today. So let's get right into it.
What? I'm going straight down, straight up! The fuck am I playing?
DrDiddyspect. He has been a popular member of the streaming community for a very long time.
It's fucking so clunky, man! Why is it so fucking clunky?
He was most popular around 2017, 2018, back when PUBG was immensely popular.
Oh!
He also won Streamer of the Year for both 2017 and 2019. He's also 6'8", so that's cool. Oh yeah, he's also a fucking pedophile, and that's not so cool. So yeah, imagine being gone for a week and coming back to that. Like, by the time I got back, all of it was said and done. Like, case closed. But where exactly did this all start? Well, on June 21st, ex-Twitch employee Cody Connors published a tweet claiming that DrDiddyspect was banned for sexting a minor. Now, in case you didn't know, around 2020, DrDiddyspect was banned for Twitch for seemingly unknown reasons. And until this tweet, we had absolutely no idea why he was banned. Now, when this tweet was published, it was met with tons of skepticism, as it should be. There was zero evidence to go along with this. There are also plenty of other things to be skeptical about, like the fact that Mr. Connors was using this secret information to help sell his concert tickets. Bold strategy, I must say. Regardless, the tweet blew up. Everybody was talking about it. DrDiddyspect actually responded to one of the tweets spreading this information. Jake, seriously, I get it. It's a hot topic, but this has been settled. No wrongdoing was acknowledged, and they paid out the whole contract. The contract that he's referring to is from the lawsuit he had from Twitch when he was banned. There was a settlement, and Twitch paid him. You may be wondering, why is any of that relevant? And you'd be right. Like, why not just say, I didn't sext a minor? And also, simply saying no wrongdoing was acknowledged does not mean no wrongdoing occurred. It just seems like DrDiddyspect is spewing a bunch of legal jargon, not explicitly confirming or denying any of the allegations. But at this point, there's still no evidence, and there's plenty of reason to be skeptical. But this is where people start raising their eyebrows, and the next day, DrDiddyspect put out an official statement. Listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can say since this is the fucking internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled, nothing illegal, no wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. Now, there are a couple things wrong with this. The first thing was him saying that he's tied to legal obligations from the settlement. He uses that as an excuse for not being able to talk about it. Now, I'm no legal expert, but I don't know of any NDAs from a settlement that takes away your right to defend yourself from potentially defamatory statements and accusations. Again, I'm no lawyer, that's just how I see things. He then says he didn't do anything wrong and no wrongdoing was found. I think what he means is, in the eyes of the law, I didn't do anything wrong. This once again just seems like legal jargon. It has the same issue as the first statement, that issue being he doesn't outright say, I didn't sext a minor. At this point, most of the skepticism was towards Doc. And as the weekend wrapped up, DrDiddyspect went live to stream Elden Ring. Towards the end of the stream, Doc's game studio, Midnight Society, made a post on Twitter announcing that they would be ending their relationship with DrDiddyspect. The way this statement was worded was pretty odd. They say, on Friday evening, we became aware of an allegation against one of our co-founders, Guy Beam, aka DrDiddyspect. We assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved. And in order to maintain our principles and standards as a studio and individuals, we needed to act. For this reason, we are terminating our relationship with Guy Beam immediately. This is strange because they assumed his innocence at first, but then upon doing even the slightest digging, they decided to terminate their relationship with one of their co-founders immediately. It seemed like Midnight Society knew something that we didn't. And this is when you kind of start to put all the pieces together. Like, Twitch lost millions of dollars getting DrDiddyspect off their hands. Midnight Society fires their most valuable asset. There aren't many things that would drive these companies to take such massive steps to disassociate themselves with somebody so valuable to their brand. So DrDiddyspect obviously did something wrong, and all these signs point to Cody Connor's accusations being correct. Things then get even weirder when DrDiddyspect wraps up his stream.
I'll be honest, I'm feeling a little fatigued. We came in here, champs. We came in here. High energy. But I'm telling you, man, I'm just feeling fatigued. Feeling a little burnt out. But I appreciate you guys showing up.
He says that he's been feeling burnt out and is considering taking a break.
When shit like this happens over the weekend, and it just kind of, it's like, how many times can I I don't like, I'm actually tired of being on social media, and I've expressed that over the years, champs. I just, I've always kind of hinted like it'd be nice to get off and just completely separate, right?
He plays it off as if he's been planning a sort of vacation for a while, but it's clear how much the attention him and the accusations have been getting are affecting him. Now, at this point, they are all still just accusation, but DrDiddyspect's next move surprised us all. The next day, on June 25th, DrDiddyspect posted his final statement. Let's cut the BS. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything I can be upfront and real about, and I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and we have made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I'd never want to jeopardize the culture that we've carefully crafted. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell my side of the story. Firstly, he claims that the decision to leave Midnight Society was a collective decision, but in Midnight Society's post, it made it seem like he was terminated, as in fired, so things already seem quite inconsistent. The next part, though, is absolutely wild. Were there Twitch Whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed, and I never even met the individual. Alright, what the f***? Casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate. What does that mean? What kind of conversations? What were you talking about that was so inappropriate? Oh, but it's not sexting, guys. There was no intent behind it. Get the fuck out of here. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have been brought against me. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll fucking own my shit. This was stupid. Now, I'll give him props for taking responsibility. That is important. He definitely should have never entertained these conversations. I think that obviously goes without saying. And props to his wife, man. I mean, shit, you cheated on her back in 2017, and now she's got to deal with this. Like, I gave you the benefit of the doubt back then. All of us gave you the benefit of the doubt back then. Everyone makes mistakes, and I get that. But this is just too fucking far. Now, with all this said, don't get it fucking mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no fucking predator or pedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me fucking knows where I stand on those things and those types of people. Fuck that. That's a different level of disgust that I fucking hate even hearing about. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. But I think I've said what I needed to say regarding the ban itself. That's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. That whole paragraph just shouldn't exist. Of course, you're going to be called a predator and a pedophile. You had inappropriate conversations with a minor. And since we don't know the context of those conversations, we're kind of just left to speculate because you won't tell us. It seems so intentionally vague that it's hard not to assume the worst. If you really want to prove that there's no intent in these inappropriate conversations, then show us the messages. We know they're out there somewhere. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this situation. It's just really disappointing. I don't see anything changing with this situation, but of course I hope that he can find a way to prove that there was no intent behind these messages, but God, it's just fucked, all of it. That's really the best way I can describe this situation. It's disappointing and it's fucked. Boom, that's it. Moving on.
But I'm here to tell you the truth and the hacks to help you break free from the matrix so you can be a brokey like me.
Boogie2988, oh boy, here we go again. Now, if you're not familiar with Boogie2988, then allow me to fill in the blanks for you. He's basically another one of those internet lolcows. Pretty much a person whose entire purpose on the internet is to be made fun of. Boogie is an interesting case because he hasn't always been a lolcow. He used to be seen in a positive light. Now, I'm not going to go super in-depth on his past. This video would be 2 hours long if I did, so I'll just give you what's relevant to the story. Back in late 2022, he announced that he had lost all of his money to crypto.
And I'm not making any excuses here. You know I spent a tremendous amount of money on dumb things. But the biggest issue is that I had a nice big nest egg. I took some financial advice from a friend, and I'm not pointing fingers necessarily. I took the advice, but I put my money in the crypto market in the wrong section, and I pretty much lost most of everything.
So it was a surprise to everyone when just a few days ago, Boogie launched his own meme coin, Fatty Coin. It was pretty much just another crypto pump and dump scheme. Boogie was paid $10,000 by this company to pretty much be the face of Fatty Coin. Boogie had the idea of pretty much flat out saying that it was a scam and you would lose money on it if you bought it. And the way Boogie tried to tell people this was by doing some ironic Andrew Tate bit.
But I'm here to tell you the truth and the hacks to help you break free from the matrix so you can be a brokey like me. True happiness comes from a goldfish, from the same woman a couple of nights a month, and the occasional meme coin. Fatty for life.
He's pretty much saying, if you want to go broke like me, buy this coin. He sort of thought that this would be enough to deter people from buying it so that he could kind of avoid blame for scamming people. But that is not at all what happened.
And he said that he thought that just because he said, hey, don't buy this unless you're rich, that nobody was going to put their money in. A few hours later, $3 million worth of trading volume had been done.
So like most pump and dumps, the value instantly went up and then dropped to practically nothing. Boogie made $10,000 and most people who invested lost pretty much everything. CoffeeZilla actually interviewed Boogie on his second channel. CoffeeZilla exposes a lot of crypto scams. He does a lot of good work, and I'll leave a link to his channel below.
If you want to be broke too, buy my shitcoin. That's what I say in my tweets.
What's the joke about you getting paid to do this, though, and asking people to invest in this coin? I mean, what's the joke exactly? You know people are going to invest. That's why you're getting paid. You know that.
Boogie kind of used the, if you bought this, you're stupid excuse. Which, yeah, if you bought Fatty Coin thinking that you would actually make money off of it, then you're stupid. But at the same time, these big companies pay creators like Boogie to push these coins because they know that these scams work. And that's the point that CoffeeZilla kept reiterating. And it really didn't seem like Boogie really understood the severity of what's happened. Also, as of 2 hours ago of recording this right now, Boogie put out an apology. If any fan comes forward and can show me they lost money on that coin, I will gladly apologize to them. I will try to do more than just apologize and see what else I can do to make you whole, whatever that means. I had every coin I owned deleted from the internet and burned. I proved this to Mutahar and Coffee, and you can see that publicly. I did not wish to profit from selling this coin, and I never did. I think what he means is he never profited from the coin itself, like he never bought it. He wasn't part of the pump and dump, he only promoted the coin. And if anyone actually lost money on this, I am genuinely sorry. Come forward, show our devs the wallet and transactions, and we will do what we can do to make you whole. As for launching a meme coin, it's complicated. About 8,000 meme coins are launched in a day and only traded by deeply entrenched Solano traders. haters who do this all day, every day. I thought there was no harm in giving them a new shiny root. Coffee has explained to me in depth why he believes why it was wrong, and I understand. It's why I deleted all the videos and tweets, deleted my coins, and agreed with him not to promote it. The majority of people did not like this apology. Boogie defends himself in the replies and kind of deflects blame onto other people for forcing him to double down. He still really doesn't seem to understand the severity of what's happened and isn't taking much accountability. So yeah, as of now, that's where the situation is, and it's pretty much over. On June 19th, popular League of Legends streamer Dantes published a tweet announcing his breakup with other League of Legends streamer Laura. At this point, their relationship had been quite public for quite a while. Their relationship garnered a lot of attention and support from both of their relatively large audiences.
Also, quick question, why does the dishwasher keep talking?
Guys, she's so much more than a dishwasher. She's my dishwasher, and I love her.
Thanks, Wallet.
So naturally, a lot of people had a lot to say when their breakup was announced. Most of the hate, though, at first was directed towards Dantes. Some of the main reasons were he wanted to focus on his career, she always supported him when he couldn't always support her back, and he felt like he would be holding her back from what she wanted and she would be holding him back from what he wanted, you know, just normal breakup reasons, and reasons that I think are completely valid. And in my opinion, Dantes did the mature thing, and in his response he was very respectful and kind toward Laura. However, the majority of Twitter at the time did not seem to agree. Dantes got clowned on pretty hard, mostly because of takes like he broke up with her for League of Legends, which, you know, fair, it's League. But in my opinion, no matter the situation, the right and mature thing to do is to just end it, especially if you're both holding each other back. And then you have takes like, he doesn't care about her, he's just making excuses. And I think the people genuinely upset solely based off of that reason are just projecting their insecurities onto this situation that ultimately has nothing to do with them. But hey, that's just what I think on this breakup drama. It feels pretty stupid saying that because normally I wouldn't be talking about this if it was just some Twitter breakup drama, but it got worse. It got way worse. And it all comes from this fella right here, Tarzan, another League streamer. During the breakup drama, he went live and disclosed some very, very private information regarding their relationship. Now, the main thing he revealed was that Laura got an abortion during their relationship. Tarzan inserted himself into a situation that had absolutely nothing to do with him, and the hate shifted from Dantes to Tarzan. The first response was from Laura, and she was obviously very upset, and for a good reason. He disclosed very private and personal information regarding a person's very traumatic experience. Laura, though, was not the only one to respond. In fact, Dantes had quite a few words.
But the fact that he decides to leak something like that as some kind of truth bomb. The fact that this disgusting fucking piece of shit sits there and talks in front of thousands of people, leaking probably the most traumatic thing that either of us has ever had to go through!
Yeah, this goes on for quite a while. Like 6 more minutes. It's a pretty crazy response, but also, you know, pretty justified. However, this seemed to only invite more trolls and people who really just made the situation worse. Now, don't get me wrong, a little bit of trolling can be funny, and at times it was pretty funny watching all of this unfold. But then you remember, we're dealing with people's lives here, and in this case, life-altering decisions and traumatic experiences. I really do feel bad for Laura and a little bit for Dantes too. And earlier in that stream that I just played of Dantes freaking out, Laura came on and gave her opinion.
It's so unfair to me for such a disgusting human being, a 20-year-old man-child, to go online and lie about my history with abortion. This should have never been public. This is something he was told in private.
She goes very in-depth talking about the details of the abortion and debunking some of the lies that Tarzan told. One of the lies being Dante pressured Laura into getting the abortion, and that just wasn't true. It's also important to note that before all this drama, Dante and Tarzan had some kind of beef or disagreement or whatever, and Laura kind of just got dragged into it, unfortunately. Like I said, I feel really bad for her. And all of this really made Tarzan look like a piece of shit. But instead of stopping and owning up to it, Tarzan doubled down. In a now deleted tweet, Tarzan makes fun of Laura, specifically in the context of that stream she had with Dante, which is pretty disgusting, and most people seem to agree. But then you also had a few people who were trying to paint Laura as a liar. You also had people saying that the abortion was already a public thing, and because Laura had talked about it in a stream a month prior.
I've already gone through an abortion. I was super young when that happened.
Obviously, the details from this stream and the Dante stream aren't consistent. Dante replies to this specific tweet to add some clarification, as well as a few insults. Dante says that Laura tries to brush it off as being a few years ago in an attempt to keep Dante out of it. People tried using this as a reason to prove that Laura was intentionally lying, which I don't really see what she would gain from lying about it, except for, having an excuse to use the victim card or whatever. I just don't see that as the case, because there is a very big difference between going in depth on your experience with abortion and just merely giving your opinion on it. And of course, all of this leads back to Tarzan. And once all the Twitter replies and ratios became too much for him to handle, he issued an apology. And it is a real stinker of an apology. It's just a classic YouTuber Twitter apology. He doesn't take any accountability. He blames it on League of Legends and does not mention Laura by name. Laura, naturally, did not accept this apology. She pretty much calls him out for everything that he did once again. She mentions how she's gotten horrible messages of people calling her a killer and a child murderer, all because of him. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. Dante and Tarzan continued to have their little feud, but that's to be expected. But as for the breakup drama, that seems to be it, at least for now. There are rumors that they're back together or whatever, or they're posting pictures. It's all really weird. I don't understand what's going on, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. So yeah, that's all the interesting stuff that happened the past week. What do y'all think about all this? It's pretty crazy. I just had to talk about it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this, and see you in the next one.